a warm welcome to the 100 Club for you this weekend, mate. A monumental achievement. Arguably, it made extra special on the fact it's your second stint at the club. So, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, look, obviously it's it's nice. It's good for the family. It's obviously nice to reach milestones throughout your career. I think I'd like to know if it's probably the longest ever 100 reached. I think it was over 9 years or something. 2009 was my debut, I think it was. So
good knowledge.
Yeah. So you just told me a minute ago with the questions, but no. But no, I'm really pleased. It's nice, and to come back to the club was. Obviously where I started and stuff, I feel like I have an attachment. It's my emotional link to the club. Is where I started. So to reach 100, and obviously not many people have done it. So it's always a nice club to be involved in.
Absolutely. And now you're not a man that's shy of rugby. You've played your fair share of games around the Premiership, but obviously with this being an extra special occasion, anything special you're planning on afterwards?
No, hopefully I don't have to put the little man to bed. I can just have feet up, pizza. Bit of ice cream.
Why not? Yeah, go big.
He'll be pretty cheered. We want to obviously go away, get a good win against Leicester. That's the most important thing. We've worked really hard. Bit of change going on at the moment, so it's all we want to put our best foot forward. Fingers crossed we go and get a good win at Welford Road, tough place to play. Maybe a few quiet beers on the bus home.
Well, mate, you've been a massive character around the club, so that's what we want to do. Go out there and get that for you, and hopefully we can enjoy ourselves on the way home, and you can go and tuck yourself in all nice and quietly afterwards. Now, as you've alluded to, your debut was against Scarlets in 2009. Now you look a bit weathered, but I can confirm you're the same age as me. So, what do you remember about that debut at what was a pretty astronomically young age to make your professional debut?
It's hard to remember. It was a long time ago, wasn't it? What's that? 11 years?
It's enough.
13. Yeah, I didn't need to rub it in. It was. I remember. It actually was one of those games. Considering how long ago it was, I remember a lot about it. We played obviously Scarlets away, like you said. We got beat quite convincingly. Came on for about 20-25 minutes in the back row. I don't know if you remember. They had a player called Regan King who was pretty handy. And I'm pretty sure he just mugged me off about 4 times whilst I was trying to defend him. But learning curve and all that. I really enjoyed it. It was always nice to be involved. The boys back then were great. Being I think I was about 16, 17 maybe at the time. So it was kind of, stepping into men's rugby was a pretty big deal, and everyone was great. And I enjoyed the experience. I think the parents enjoyed it as well. So definitely fond memories. So
we move on 13 years. You've obviously. That's a sentence. Yeah. But obviously, you're in your second spell at the club, and you've mentioned how much the place means to you from your past, and obviously making your debut all that time ago. No offence. But what does it mean to be back here as in this second spell?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it was something like it's always nice to come back to the club you started at. Lucky enough, I've been away and I've experienced some different environments and stuff. But for me to be able to come back was always something I thought about. Like I said, Worcester as a place, not just the club, but for me, I kind of made that home. My wife's from around here as well, so it's not just me; it's like a family thing as well. So, to come back, it's been obviously different. It's weird because the club itself has changed loads, but nothing's changed. It's really bizarre. It doesn't feel like 10 years ago, whatever it was. So, and like I said, the group of lads we've got here has been great. The coaches have been good. Obviously, a bit of a change recently, but obviously, it's been a really enjoyable couple of years. Just hopefully now we really get some go forward with some results, and it makes everything a little bit easier, doesn't it, when we're winning? So
it certainly does.
But no, it's been good. I've really enjoyed it.
Who would you bring back to Sixways that's no longer here?
Right, there's a few.
Let's narrow it down to 2.
Right, well, I'll go. Right, so. Obviously, the obvious answer.
I know who this is going to be.
The obvious answer is the legend, the GOAT. He's still playing, so he could come back.
It's not out of the question.
Yeah, Mr. Chris Pennell, obviously. Obviously everyone was glad to see him move on, but everyone's looking forward to seeing what he can do over in Dallas and take that team to new heights over there, which would be cool. But he's definitely the one we'd definitely bring back. A few honourable mentions along the way. I think when I first came here. Kai Horseman and Neil Best sort of took me under the wing a little bit as a youngster. Very, very funny blokes, different characters. Chris Forty as well, Adam Black. Sammy Tutupo. We played with some Lecky Latui. You know, I played with some awesome people. I've been really privileged with that. So, but I think it's probably some of those guys from that first stint, especially when you're young and impressionable, they make such a big difference, and they can almost, like, you've probably experienced it yourself, they sort of semi-mould your career and the person you are. I was lucky to have some good role models back then, and some funny role models at the same time. So some good memories from that. Yeah.
Well, a huge congratulations to you on the weekend, mate. We'll be going out there to try and get the W for you, have some beers on the bus, and then you can have a nice quiet sleep with some ice cream and some pizza on the Saturday.
That's it, mate. Yeah.
Big
nice
congrats,
job.
mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks very much.